Hello my fellow interwebs, this is I, PhantomCheeseCake, and today, we're back. And this time, it's with Soundwave. So, this is my brand new creation. It is a hybrid of the Transformers Fall of Cybertron and a future project known as Chaos version of my favourite Transformer ever, Soundwave. He is the epitome of awesome, from the voice, which sounds like this,
Laserbeak ejects Operation Warfare,
to anything he does. Let's just give it a quick rundown of this character. He has the ability to eject cassette tapes from his chest. As you can see, there's some in there. We'll get into that a bit later. He's got a shoulder-mounted cannon, which when he transforms in the G1 version into a boombox speaker, but for Cybertron, it's a shoulder-mounted cannon. That's why I've gone with shoulder cannon. So, quick rundown of what I've made this guy. He is about 9 inches tall and about 5 inches across. He is made from around 150 plus pieces. If you want to build this guy or something similar, I recommend getting a lot of dark blue pieces, some paneling, some rough edges, some corner bits. Dark blue, yellow, black and grey are your main colours you want to use on this guy. He's very monotone, that goes with his voice really. If you want to get the Fall of Cybertron look, if you want to go for a G1 feel, light blue colours, light colours in general, that's kind of what he was. Other things about this guy, he is, very poseable. That was close. Everything nearly fell over there. So he's got ratchet joints. These can move up and down, left and right. His legs are incredibly flimsy, so I'm going to not move him that much until later on. He's got a removable hand, so if we can just drop the camera here, as you can see this giant gun, and the fact that I haven't put any scenery here. That giant gun can be removed. Again, we'll get onto that a bit later. And he also has a shoulder-mounted cannon and full articulation of this cannon as well, so you can move it left and right. Again, with the legs, I'll do that later. And the head can do a fair bit of rotation. The head is a design that I've used by boyzwiththemosttoys. Links to him in the description, links to his YouTube channel and his mock pages where you can look at this. Let's move it up a bit, shall we? Look at this head design. I've modified it a bit. When I say modified, all I've done there is added these two little prong spike things, because he kind of had horns in the Fall of Cybertron version, so I went with that one. He also is very famous for having his very own little companion. That was a cassette, which is the one and only legendary Laserbeak. So let's just quick cut and let's have a look at this guy in all his Laserbeaky goodness. And here is Laserbeak. He is a... I don't know how to explain this, but he is a bat, bird, flying thing. He is inspired by the G1, as you can tell by these things. They're supposed to be the cassette reel things, which we can have a look at later on in Soundwave, and you can see how I've used cassette reels. Just a big bird, really. Plenty of articulation in the tail. You can move it left and right. Jet, head, move up and down. Hello. Take him off this stand, which I quite like because it's kind of invisible, so it looks like he's flying. This way you can have his head all the way down. Also, you can bring forward the legs, and you can actually rest it on Soundwave's arm, which is quite cool because it's one of the iconic poses, and we'll get onto that at the end of the video. Now we've done that, let's go ahead and have a look at the giant cannon, or his gun, which I think is pretty cool. So, amazing jump cut. So here we are, Soundwave's Energon Cannon. Now, I quite like building War Cybertron weapons because you get to make them big and stupid and ridiculous. And it doesn't get more stupid and ridiculous as so far with my design for this. It's pretty big, and I've actually taken his legs off so we can spin him around later. So let's just pop his gun off his arm, and you can replace that bit with his hand. We'll get to that bit in a second. And here is the Energon Cannon. It's quite big, quite bulky, and my favourite bit is you can take the clip off and add a new one on, like a reloady thing, if it goes on. There we go. Nice long barrel. I have no idea what that is. I guess it's a port Look over here, some vents, a bit of blue. This is not a big build, about the same size as his arm, a bit smaller actually. Maybe that's his first joint and a little bit shorter than his forearm. Not many pieces in this one, 30 at the most, not that long, but you know, surprisingly good, pretty accurate for a gun. Similar theme of Cybertron, works well with Soundwave. It also works well with my Prime, which maybe we'll see one day, which is an actual transformer, which is quite cool, so we'll get to see that one day. So let's move the gun over there and have a look at the great big behemoth, because he's quite chunky, this Soundwave. If we just raise the camera up slightly and position his arms, as you can see, this is what we saw earlier, but now we get to spin him round. I love this bit. This is my favourite, well, one of my favourite bits about Soundwave at the moment. This like rugged, sharp design, very, very war for Cybertron, for or less. At the back, nothing much, just the wheels, some vents. I may change these to be dark blue to match these in the future, in a future update of this guy, but you know, that's for later. The back of the shoulder mounted cannon, just a flat 2x2 circular piece. Again, back of the head, not much protection there. Maybe I'll do something with that later on. Some vents for vehicle mode, and again, these are the wheels, hubcaps. Back of the arms, nothing special going on here, just the fronts. Maybe I should add some decaling, get some Decepticon stickers printed out, put some on here. That'd be quite cool. Again, I'll look round, and my favourite feature about this guy, you can open the chest. Yes, the chest cavity does open. Opens up far enough just so we can get out, if we're being lucky today, because sometimes this can be very, very, very fidgety. Is a cassette, and have a look inside his chest about something in there. Just a grey background, so let's just pop him to the side for a second. Quick look at this cassette. As you can see, it's a 4x4, 3 high, well 2 high, and a flat plate. Again, this is what I was talking about the cassette reels. These are spinning plates with the spinny bit removed, which you can do. Flat tiling. Can you focus? You gonna focus for me? No, you're not. That's annoying. Change to white background. Smooth studs. Grill piece. Top band thing, I know, to represent the tape. Again, you can't do much with this design to turn him into something that looks like, you know, Laserbeak. But it's the best you can really do. So there's the two comparisons, and you can see why he's a lot bigger. Let's move Soundwave off and bring on his juggernaut of legs. And then we're going to have to drop the camera again for this one, because the legs are low down, and the focus has just gone, probably. Sorry about that, the focus just went, and then the camera went, so we're going to have to do this in 2 parts. So let's talk really quickly, and then the camera's going to die. As you can see, pretty articulating. His legs move left, right, and slightly backwards and forwards. We've got some movement here, and some movement here. If we spin him around a bit more, here are the wheels. Again, they can move. Look at the back, nothing much going on. Very unstable design. So let me just break off one of these legs and we can have a look at it in a little bit more detail. And we're back, sorry about that. That was me being catastrophically bad at knowing how long this camera had battery life. Quick look at this. Vents here, again accurate to the Fall of Cybertron version. Again, he had wheels somewhere on his leg and I couldn't quite place them. So I kind of went with a version of my design and chucked them on his side. That's probably wrong. Leg articulation is kind of blocked, but if we remove this bit, which I only put on there because of the figure aspect of it, we can get a really far back lean, so I guess you can do some sliding poses. But you can get almost, well, without the thing, you can get a full 360 degree motion, but with it, it's about 90 degrees, like that. Again, this can move up and down, no real point in it, apart from it kind of looks alright. Move over here, this is the other side of the leg. It's held on with a ball joint onto a Technic pin, I guess you can call those things, onto like a computer terminal movie thing, which, when you put it all together, creates the world's most unbalanceable creation. So it's very hard to get Soundwave over there.
Right over there to balance. So that's why he's on that stand at the moment, so he doesn't fall over. Again, have a look at the back, just 2x4s. Really, it's only held together by bolts and screws, if you can think about it. Some thigh plating here, which you can move up and down, up and down, up and down. Knee plating, very similar to the Fall of Cybertron version, so there's something you can compare it to. So now we've got him in pieces, why don't we put them all back together again and look at some iconic Soundwave poses. And here they are.
Sorry about the audio in that last part, but what can you do when the file gets crafted? But anyway, I'd like to thank you all for watching, as I've been PhantomCheeseCake, that's been the almighty Soundwave, and I'll see you all again in another review. Until then, take care. Bye!